What's up, you guys? It's Steve here with your stimulus check update and stimulus package update. And today, the stimulus package has gone before the Senate parliamentarian who's going to be determining if this can go through with reconciliation as is or if there needs to be modifications. So we're going to be determining the fate of that package with all the provisions, including the checks and unemployment, very soon. Now, they're saying there is one provision in there that could mess up everything, and that's that $15 per hour minimum wage. So I'm going to let you know the paths that we could be going down here if it's approved as is, or if they pull out that $15 per hour minimum wage, because there's two ways that we could go. And also, we have already some suggestions as to what we could do if that $15 per hour minimum wage gets taken out. So you guys, I'm gonna get you caught up on the latest as of today, what's unfolding right now in Congress, February the 23rd. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, take a second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos out to anybody that you think might be interested. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you're not already part of the viewing community here, the Ram fam, and you would like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way, as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. I do my best to respond to as many questions here on YouTube as I can, but there's a lot and I don't get to them all because there's so many of them. But Instagram is also a great way to get a hold of me with your questions as well. But you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in now. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest that's unfolding today, and we could be seeing the fate determined of the stimulus package, the checks, and all the provisions included. So we're going to be diving into some video footage here in just a second, but first, allow me to introduce you to the Senate parliamentarian that's going to be determining the fate of the stimulus package, and that is Elizabeth MacDonough. Now, here's an article that just came out today that says, all eyes on Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth MacDonough as she reviews minimum wage provisions in pandemic relief bill. Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth MacDonough has been advising the chamber on how it rules, protocols, and precedents should be applied, and now she'll have to decide whether the $15 per hour minimum wage provision is allowed under the budget reconciliation process. Now, Democrats in the White House are attempting to push Biden's $1.9 trillion relief package through the Senate by reconciliation, meaning that the bill could pass with a simple majority of 51 votes and not require 60 votes to overcome a filibuster. Reconciliation, however, has a strict set of rules, and provisions have to undergo a review of whether it has an impact on the budget and not just an incidental one. Now, MacDonough is the first woman to serve in the role of Senate parliamentarian, a nonpartisan role, since that position was created in the 1930s. She was appointed to the role in 2012 by former Democratic Senator Harry Reid, who was the majority leader at that time. Now, listen to this. The Senate parliamentarian is the only person on the Senate payroll whose fundamental responsibility is to represent the interests of the Senate as an institution in the thousands of disputes between and among senators. Everyone else on the floor is a Senate partisan warrior who earns their keep by fighting for their political objectives. The parliamentarian ensures that the rules are followed. So the Senate parliamentarian is the one person that's bipartisan and makes sure that everything is done correctly in the Senate. And she's going to be determining, is $15 per hour minimum wage a budget reconciliation item that should be included, or should it get thrown out? Now, so there's one of two ways we could go. Let's take a look at what could unfold here. So first, it's possible that MacDonough could rule against allowing the $15 per hour minimum wage to be in the Senate's bill. If that happens, Democrats' opinion would likely be to try to pass this legislation as a standalone in the future with a 60-vote threshold, but it's very likely that's something that Republicans will not support. Now, if the $15 per hour minimum wage is allowed to stay in the bill, however, it opens up other potential challenges for the Democratic Party. While progressives have fought for months to include this provision, there are still two Democratic members, Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, that have said that they would not support this increased minimum wage in this bill. However, Joe Manchin has expressed that he's open to a smaller minimum wage increase, but what they're saying is that if she rules in favor of the $15 per hour minimum wage being included, that this could open up more issues for the Democratic Party because they need all of them to stay united. And right now, there's those last two, Sinema and Manchin, that are saying they don't know if they're going to support it or not. So we're going to see what unfolds here very soon. Now, let's take a look at some video footage that came out today from Senate Majority Whip Leader Dick Durbin and see what he has to say about the bill and that $15 per hour minimum wage and support from the Democrats. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
Is now chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Democratic Majority Whip Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois. Senator Durbin, good to see you this morning. Let's start there with the COVID relief bill. What is the state of the bill right now? It enjoys broad national support. 72% in some recent polling of Americans support the $1.9 trillion package. Are you going to get it through, and will you have to use reconciliation to do it?
Well, Willie, let me remind you that the first CARES Act in March of last year had 96-0 vote in the Senate.
Yep.
That the December version of this bill, which came down to a lower level, $900 billion, had 92 votes in support of it. And now we're looking around for Republicans who will step up and join us for the next bipartisan effort. We definitely need them, and we certainly need this relief going to the American people. More money for vaccines, more money for distribution, cash payment of $1,400 to many Americans who are desperately in need of it, making sure that the unemployment benefits don't run out in the middle of March, providing money for rental assistance so people are not evicted. This is an emergency measure that President Biden has sent us. We need the same level of bipartisan support that we gave during the Trump administration.
Senator Durbin, good morning. It's Casey Hunt. If the minimum wage hike to $15 an hour is included in this bill, and it's going to be in the House version that they send over, I know you're waiting on a ruling from the parliamentarian, but if she says, if the parliamentarian says okay, is Joe Manchin going to vote for this package if it includes the minimum wage? He's expressed concerns about it.
Casey has expressed concerns. I'll let Joe address his vote directly. But I think we need to be, I support it as it passed the House. I'd like to see it pass the Senate in the same form.
But when you're counting the votes, do you think he can get it passed?
Well, that's the key question, of course. In a 50-50 Senate, one senator makes a difference. So I don't want to suggest that Joe has decided to vote against it. I don't think he's made that announcement, but I know he's thinking about it long and hard. I hope that he does support it. We need him.
And Senator, do you think in the event that this is excluded, the minimum wage piece of it, which seems to be very problematic across the board for Republicans as well, do you think you can get some Republican support for a package this big? I mean, Senator McConnell has said it's not targeted enough, it's too broad, but there are, of course, moderates, Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, who may potentially be willing to get on board. What are you hearing from them right now?
Well, I am hearing positive things. I sit in on the group, the bipartisan Senate group that Joe Manchin has convened, along with Susan Collins. I hear positive things about issues. I haven't heard a commitment to $1.9 trillion. They have suggested some modifications. Some, I believe, are in the area of reality, possibility, but others may not be. So we need to sit down and get this negotiated, and we have to do it in the context that this money is needed and needed now.
So there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we heard him say that every single Democratic vote in the Senate right now counts. They need all of them to stay unified to get this passed through if that $15 per hour minimum wage is going to be included. And he said that Senator Joe Manchin hadn't said yes or no if he'll support it. He's still deciding, but they need everybody on board to pass this through. And he also said that they're hoping to garner some Republican support, but we've heard that that is not existent right now. However, he did mention Senator Mitt Romney, and we actually heard from him today. Take a look at this, a link in the description below to this article that came out today that says Republican plan would raise minimum wage to $10 per hour, but only if businesses are required to ensure worker legality. And we actually saw this come out today from Senators Tom Cotton and Mitt Romney, suggesting an alternative to the $15 per hour minimum wage increase, taking it down to $10 per hour. And they're suggesting that if this gets thrown out of the bill and they want to pass this through the regular means, that they might be willing to come on board if they're willing to decrease that from $15 per hour down to $10. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date as to what unfolds regarding this. It's very likely we could hear from the parliamentarian either today or tomorrow, and she's going to be covering the entire bill. And if you'd like to know what's included, be sure to check out this video right here where I cover the details from the actual 591-page bill from the Ways and Means Committee, and I cover the checks, the unemployment, the child tax credit, and the $15 per hour minimum wage. And also, if you would like specifics on the stimulus check, who's included, who's eligible, is there going to be child care garnishments taken out, things like that, all the details, be sure to check out this video right here where I cover all the specific details right from the 591-page bill. And you guys, if you made it this far and you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos. And also, if you're not already part of the viewing community and you would like to stay up to date on everything, be sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way, as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. We could be hearing from the parliamentarian here very shortly. I'll make sure that you know what's happening. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.